welcome to day 4 of the Alan Coconut 30 Days of Mindful Art. Yesterday we did the water painting, so I just wanted to have a look at that, show you how mine had gone. So it's still a blank piece of paper, but it has changed. The image I made is no longer there because it's dried away. But it has changed the paper, and because of the oils that we used, it does actually have a smell as well. And I watched that video back and I was aware of what I was thinking about in the back of my mind when I made that video, and I didn't really talk about that. But it's funny how it still came through because I used words like trapped and hot, and I used water, and I know that was because I was thinking about what was currently happening in the UK in London at Grenfell Tower, where there's massive fire, and I've been thinking about that a lot, and I've been wondering if to talk about it on here because I'm aware that people might be watching this at a later time. But I think, to be genuine, that's what's on my mind and on the news and on the minds of a lot of people around me. And when I was getting ready for today's session and what I'm going to do, I found this image, which is an image that I made when we were working with the DePaul young people in a mindful art project that we did with the DePaul UK charity. And for me, it just makes... I saw Lily Allen on TV last night on the news, and it's kind of what everyone's talking about. Like, people had these thoughts, people could see what was going on, the residents were speaking, and it's like they had that voice and they said it, but they were still restricted and no one was properly listening, and it's being called corporate manslaughter, or basically greed over need. And so I feel like that's what's present in my mind at the moment, and today hopefully I'm going to do something to help with really difficult thoughts like that and events that have gone on, because recently in the UK we've had Manchester bomb, the London attack, and now this massive fire, and in the middle of that an unstable government where people are turning towards a man that wasn't very liked in the beginning, Jeremy Corbyn, who I think shows genuineness and hope. So thinking of mindfulness, thinking about the 7 pillars that I said we will talk about more as the weeks go on, and something we talked about on the radio show, which I'll put the link below because that's now available to listen back to. And the 7 pillars are non-judging, patience, beginner's mind, trust, non-striving, acceptance, and letting go. And I just wonder, like, on that radio show we played Tracy Chapman talking about a revolution, and I just think it's time to put these pillars into place more in life, because if capitalism and greed's not working for us, so we need a change. So that's all heavy stuff and heavy thoughts. So when the Manchester bomb happened, we did a recording called Sending Love to Manchester and Beyond, and in that we did heart breathing. So I'm going to go back to heart breathing because that's what I need today, and that's what I want to share with you. So I'm going to start with the sound of the singing bell. And if you want to sit however's comfortable for you, maybe with your feet flat on the floor and your spine feeling okay. And just, if you want to, close your eyes, and we'll just start to focus on our breath as you breathe in. So if you just start to focus on your breath as you breathe in and breathe out. And you might want to keep your eyes open for this meditation, as we'll do some drawing within it as well. So to begin with, if you want to place your hand on your heart, if you choose, breathing in, breathing out, and just imagine breathing into your heart and breathing out to someone else's heart. Breathing into your heart and breathing out to other people's heart. And that could be someone that you know, that could be somebody imagined or a group of people. Just breathing into the heart and out to other people's hearts. And making those breaths as long or as short as you need them to be today. Breathing in, breathing out. Filling the heart. Imagine you can fill the heart with the air, with the intentions you set for today, and sharing those with whoever you're thinking about. And I'm going to start to doodle as we do this. As we breathe in and breathe out, I chose perspex and red and hearts as we think about heart breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing into the heart. Filling the heart with air and energy. And sending that to wherever we choose. So thinking of whoever might need some extra breath or some extra thoughts today. It might be everyone, sending it out to everybody. And if you want to doodle along, I'm doing hearts in red in a way that you can see them, because that's what feels right for me today. But you do whatever you want, you do whatever doodle you choose to do. As you breathe in and breathe out, filling the heart with the air and the energy, breathing into the heart and sending that breath out to anybody that needs it. Breathing in, breathing out. I'm just thinking about the 7 pillars, the non-judging, the patience, the beginner's mind, the trust, the non-striving, the acceptance, and the letting go. And working through those principles to just help us when we need to connect to mindfulness and connect to our breath, and knowing that the breath's like an anchor point that we can use at any time. It's always there for us, wherever we are. If we need a moment, if possible, if safe to do so, just take a moment, connect to your breath, connect to the heart breath, and use that as a tool for when you need it. Now I could draw these little hearts all day, so I'll stop. But feel free to pause and spend longer on your image making for today. And I'll just start to end this mindful practice as we take our final few breaths of this practice as we breathe into the heart and out to the hearts of other people. Thank you for watching. Do share your images, thoughts, feedback, anything you want us to see or to do. It's great to hear all your comments so far, and we are adjusting things and doing things to respond to that. So yeah, please let us know what else you want and any feedback and how you're finding the 30 days. Thank you. Bye bye.